Coming together when the world needed them the most, the secretive group Illuminati has to be one of the most famous ones in the Marvel Universe. And with their debut in the MCU, or at least the short-lived iteration of the group from Earth 838, begs the question, when will their next appearance come? This time, the group's Earth 616 version from our main timeline. The term Illuminati is used quite often, and more often than not, it stands for a group or an association that is supposed to be shrouded with mystery, a secret group that does not want to be found, which seems to be the case with the Illuminati group in the Marvel Universe. Now, they might not be that secretive, but they sure don't want the world to find out their doings in the world. This is the base, ground level of intellect anyone needs to know about the term Illuminati and what it stands for. However, the modern idea of the Illuminati refers to a clandestine society of a small group of powerful individuals who pull many strings in the world, that way controlling it to their will. And in the Marvel Comics, this group is a very big deal. A group that we recently met in the latest Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And before we move forward with MCU's Illuminati, let us get you up to speed about their origins in the comics, their debut, and their history so far. First appearing in 2005's New Avengers Issue 7, it was said that they have existed for quite a while, with their first formation happening back in the 70s after the events of the Kree-Skrull War, which saw 6 individuals making a secret group that will keep tabs on the things happening around them. Tony Stark is the one who founded the group when he realized just how close Earth came to annihilation. So he gathered together those he believed in as the leaders of the superpower community, and they became the first members of Marvel's Illuminati. The members that made the group and are considered as founding members include the likes of Namor of Atlantis, Black Bolt of the Inhumans, Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four, Professor Charles Xavier of the X-Men, Doctor Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme, and Tony himself. Their meeting was held in Wakanda, where he also hoped to get the world's most technologically advanced nation to listen to his proposal, with Black Panther eventually becoming yet another member of the group. King T'Challa refused to join the group, as he considered it to be faulty from the start, solely because of so many differences already within the group. Though the group has not been around for too long, it has a history that spans across many big and important events, with it being part of everything and having a say in all things. The group comes together when Iron Man announced the Superhuman Registration Act, which was solely there to control all these superpowered individuals. And when the other members disagreed with him, outside of Reed Richards, the group disbanded. But not for long, as the superhero Civil War broke out. These circumstances forced them back together. Each of the group members received one Infinity Gem, the Infinity Stones of the MCU, and after Reed Richards realized that the gems cannot be destroyed easily, they all decided to hide the gem in their possession, with the other members not knowing its whereabouts. A notion that would bring fewer problems regarding one of the most powerful things in the Marvel Universe. One of the most prominent periods of the group was when they decided to exile the Hulk, a decision that comes back to bite them after Bruce Banner finds his way back home and seeks revenge upon those who exiled him. Hence, the World War Hulk event we all know from the comics, which saw members of the Illuminati being put in a gladiatorial ring to fight it very close to their death, something the Hulk organized, proving his point. Hulk stopped the whole thing. However, the members were exposed, and the existence of the Illuminati group as a whole. So, with this in mind, you can see that the group, despite not being that cohesive, was always there when the world needed them, and when things looked bleak, which also seems to be the case with the Illuminati group in the MCU, who made their first appearance despite existing way longer than the MCU's present, when Doctor Strange decided to mess with the multiverse on numerous occasions, with his last adventure with Wanda Maximoff proving to be the last one the Illuminati team would tolerate. The MCU's Illuminati differed greatly from Marvel Comics' version, although the team did share a few prominent members, mainly Professor Charles Xavier, Reed Richards, and Black Bolt, which were essentially the Avengers of Earth 838, with the other members including the likes of Baron Mordo, Captain Carter, and Captain Marvel Maria Rambeau, along with the previously mentioned members. So how did the group even come to be? Well, one prominent member of the team who was not present in this iteration is Iron Man, with speculation suggesting that there was once an Iron Man in the group, but died, much like Iron Man from the main timeline that we have been seeing for more than a decade now, officially confirmed to be Earth 616. Make sure to remember that. The Ultron drones that escort Doctor Strange are proof that Iron Man at least existed in this universe. And if we are judging by the looks of the drones and their similarity to the ones in the comics, Superior Iron Man might still exist on Earth 838. As for who Superior Iron Man is, you will need to consider this. Take an example from the one we know, with this version of the character, and see him filled with even more ego and zero mortality. Sadly, the Illuminati met their ends at the hands of the Scarlet Witch in the Doctor Strange sequel. But what about the Illuminati on Earth 616? The Stephen Strange we know surely is an individual who knows a good idea when he sees one. So do not be surprised if he eventually forms a group of this sort, an Illuminati group of his own, with him being one of the founding members of the group. Perhaps a group that will include a list of members, something more akin to the original comics lineup maybe? For instance, the members of the group of 616 could potentially include the likes of Doctor Strange, our version of Black Bolt, Reed Richards from the upcoming Fantastic Four movie, our version of Professor Charles Xavier, and Namor, who is supposed to make his debut in the MCU in the upcoming Black Panther Wakanda Forever movie, with the only one left from the original members who is not likely to be a part of this group being Iron Man, who already died on Earth 616, with potentially Ironheart filling his spot, with the Hulk as yet another potential candidate for a spot in the group, seeing how he is one of the longest-running members of the MCU. From the looks of things, the group may have found their start in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, but we think their time has yet to come, with this very secretive group yet to come to the MCU in its full potential and meddle with things into many MCU movies and TV shows to come. And after everything is said and done, we are still left with one big question that is bothering us. When will we see the Illuminati from Earth 616? Because, let's face it, the group is bound to come. First and foremost, no matter which members will take part in the group, they would all have to meet first and then become part of something bigger even than themselves. And the upcoming projects might give us bits and pieces towards that notion. The only news we got regarding this question came from Doctor Strange sequel producer Richie Palmer, who was asked about the future of the Illuminati, who teased us with some news, and we quote, "I will say that I love the Illuminati, but if we ever introduce the Illuminati in the future, it might be more MCU driven and have some more ties to our characters in the MCU versus just replicating what is in the comics. And when we see where the MCU is headed, both with the events and characters to come, we should be expecting a lot more on this topic in the near future." On a related note, tell us down in the comments below, what are your thoughts on the Illuminati so far? Judging from their Marvel Comics history, seeing how the MCU's version of the team was short-lived, which members would you like to see part of Earth 616 iteration of the group, as well as their debut? When could that happen according to you? But also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you would like to see more videos like this in the future. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.